So, welcome back to another episode of The Color of Our Community. I'm super excited to have one of my community cohorts, and that's John Gonzales. He's one of our neighbors here in Baldwin Hills Estates. He is a builder. He is one of the land use committee members on our Baldwin Hills Estates Land Use Committee. We do a lot of community advocacy work here in the area with different developments. He's also on the Design Review Board as well. So excited to get his input about living here in Baldwin Hills Estates. Okay, so John, tell our viewers how long you've lived here in the Baldwin Hills Estates community, and what is it that influenced your decision to move here?
My wife and I have been here for just about 8 years now, which makes us relatively new by Baldwin Hills standards, but we feel like we're regulars now.
For sure.
We looked for some place in the LA area that was not out of town, that was accessible to a lot of the city, and still we wanted a place that was a home with some space, and so we kind of fell in love with the neighborhood and our particular home here.
Oh yeah, and for those who don't know, you have one of the most beautiful homes and one of the most beautiful views here in Baldwin Hills Estates.
Yeah, the view is definitely nice from most of our houses here on the hill.
That's right. So kudos to that. I love this next question because I'm always looking to you for ideas about what to do in the community. So tell and share with our viewers, what are some of the top 3 places to go or see that are somewhere close by in the community?
I think my favorite place is probably one that all of us know because it's so large and it's nearby, is the Hahn Park across La Brea there, where
Yeah.
it's one of the biggest, I think, urban parks in the state. So we're lucky enough that we can walk to it from the house. So that's a big one for me. There's also
Yeah, me too.
Norman Houston Park right there in the neighborhood, and the Stalker Trails. So we have access to a lot of outdoor space right here in Baldwin Hills area.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
then I would say that I like to go down in various parts of the neighborhood. I'm kind of a foodie, a restaurant person, so we like to explore all of the area restaurants of different cuisines, higher end, lower end, and just try to try out different things.
And this is where I always look to you for your recommendations. So share a couple recommendations of restaurants that you like to go to close by.
Probably my favorite restaurants toward the upper end. There's a new place on Adams called Alta. That's kind of an elevated soul food place that has a nice vibe and also a nice bar program, beer, the cocktails
Very
and wine.
important.
And then right down the hill at Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza is Post and Beam, which is a kind of a southern place. Again, a nice vibe and,
Right.
and relatively
And
good cuisine.
drinks too.
And drinks.
And
That's
drinks
always
too.
important. And then maybe my third favorite is a little lower key. It's Taqueria Anaya
Yes.
on Adams, a little bit north of here, but it's a family-owned, relatively authentic Mexican restaurant.
Okay,
So
great.
those are my favorites.
So our viewers got to be sure to check those out.
Yes.
Thanks for
yes.
sharing. Okay, John, so the next question, share with our viewers 3 things or 3 attributes that you can think of that make this neighborhood or this community overall an ideal place to live.
Okay, so I think that probably number one, and one of the reasons we moved here, is the location overall of the neighborhood. We're really proximal to almost everything in the city of LA, whether that be downtown, Hollywood, the airport, the beach.
Yeah.
So it's really a great place to live so that you can access everything that the metro area has to offer. And then related to that, I think the actual physical layout of Baldwin Hills Estates is just beautiful. We have curvy streets, we're up on a hilltop, we have views, so it's really just a pretty neighborhood that's also well located. And then probably the third thing that I really love about living here is the community overall. I think people, partly because people have lived here for so long, everybody really has a sense of their neighborhood and their neighbors.
Yeah.
So it's a very friendly, community-oriented area. There's a lot of neighborly things happening between us here, but also community events. People get involved in issues here. So it's really just a nice, tight community.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
Okay, so last question, John. What advice would you give to someone who is thinking about or looking to move into this neighborhood, Baldwin Hills Estates, or the general community overall?
I think maybe similar to moving to any area, take your time, look around. We looked and noticed there's distinct similarities and differences between Baldwin Hills Estates and Lemert Park and View Park and Baldwin Vista. They each have their locations and pros and cons. So
Yeah, different personality
yeah, and
almost.
so it's important to kind of drive the neighborhood, visit the neighborhood, look and see where you like it. Come in day, come in the night. It's particularly quiet here at night, so just explore the neighborhood, and then once you get here, just be yourself and explore everything that it has to offer.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for sharing with us
Sure.
today.